was doing another equation when I looked down at my paper again. Then it hit me. That's it. Energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared. E equals mc squared. I cheered and screamed. My white hair was sticking up as high as it could with excitement. By now you probably know who I am. Yes, I am Albert Einstein. In Ulm, Germany, 1879, my mother was holding a beautiful baby boy. Huh? She said, confused. Why is this baby? His head. It's shaped like a... She never finished. It's okay, I said the doctor. They're usually shaped that way when they're born. She was still staring at the unnaturally shaped head. 2 years had passed. I had learned how to walk and I learned how to talk, but not fluently. I also got a sister. Her name was Maya. A couple of minutes before I saw her, my parents promised me a new toy car. So when I did see her, I asked, where are its wheels? At 9, I learned to talk like everyone else. The school I went to was called the gymnasium. I didn't pay attention to the teachers because their classes were too low, as in I've already passed that level of whatever that subject was. Or I was just bored, like always. One time a teacher caught me daydreaming and he announced that I, Albert Einstein, would never amount to anything. He was very wrong. I wanted to switch schools. This one was too strict. For an example, if you were asked a question by a teacher and you answered slowly, you'd get whacked on the hand with a ruler. Pleasant, huh? I would know. When I was 10, my parents finally listened to me and sent me to a different school. Once I got there, though, I hated this one even more. Every day, my mother would make me practice the violin. I wasn't big on practicing, but once I heard Mozart, wow, I always practiced after that. He put everything he could into his music. One day, my father showed me a magnetic compass. I always wondered how it worked. It led me to think about light, which led me to think about the theory of relativity. The compass, the little magnetic compass, got me to be known all over the world. 2 years had passed. I was 15, I had grown a mustache, and my life just got turned upside down. My family just moved to Italy without me. They said that I needed time to study on my own. I don't see why. I was doing just fine when they were here. I guess they wanted me to stay in high school. Or they wanted a vacation. My 17th birthday was coming, and I was not happy. The German army was recruiting all males once they turned 17. I packed my stuff and headed out to Italy. It was too frustrating to know you can't do anything about war, but there is simply nothing you can do about it. The happiest months of my stay in Italy are very beautiful. Days and days without anxiety and tension. Instead of going to school, I would go hiking, visit friends, and explore museums and churches. Once I begged my parents to let me apply to the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology. So in other words, SFIT. But there was an entrance exam, and I failed it. The director was surprised by my mathematical ability, so he highly recommended the Swiss high school in a nearby town. He also recommended that I stay there for a year and come back and take the test again. I did as I was told. The school filled me with joy to be there. They also had an excellent physics lab, my favorite, of course. One day, I played the violin for my friends. I was just playing for the heck of it, just messing around. But when I saw their expressions, it made them look like they just saw an angel. That day, I knew that I was not just a physics geek, but an artist. In January 1896, I graduated my high school that I went to and was accepted to SFIT. I wanted to become a professor, but the college would not let me. So I went back to my old habits, not paying attention, cutting classes, and not putting any effort into my work. I went to coffee houses and played the violin for my friends. It was very nice. Then I realized that I had to graduate if I were going to do the activities I liked, so I started to study again. After graduation, I tried to find a teaching job. I applied to many different universities, but unfortunately, they all turned me down. In 1900, I got married to my physics partner, Maliba. We had 2 children, Hans Albert and Edward Einstein. In 1902 is where my part of fame comes in. So hold your breath if you need to, but don't faint, because then I'm the... Sorry. Then I'm the one to blame. There I was, acting as if nothing important were happening, just doing another equation, when I looked down at my paper again. Then it hit me. That's it! Energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared. E equals mc squared. I cheered and screamed. But now, the theory of relativity has helped others create nuclear weapons like the atomic bomb. If I knew what the effect was, I would have never helped create the atomic bomb. Okay, since 1955, I've been long gone. I turned 132 on March 14th of 2011, and my ashes have been scattered somewhere secret. My brain has been cut up into 5 different pieces and been sent to different universities so they could see how I was so smart.